Do nothing, become nothing. Y'all see the title, man. Do nothing, become nothing. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to create a collage. Quick collage. That's really where it's at, family. We can either do nothing for fear of being judged, out of conformity, out of our inability to independently think, out of our desire for approval and validation, encouragement from others that have never become anything, that have done nothing but slave for another's life, that have become only but a copy of somebody else. Do nothing, do what others are doing, work for another, be a copy, and become no one. Do something unique, be authentically yourself, true to you, to who you truly are at your core. You might irritate the mindset, the spirit of those around you that feel as though they are doing something or that don't feel like doing anything, and whom lack the inner peace to unbiasedly appreciate the uniqueness of those that are taking the time to do something unique, to do something authentic to who they are. Do nothing or become something. Do nothing and become nothing, or do something and risk failure and also have the possibility of becoming something. Now, that something may appear to others in our circle as nothing at first, as though you are doing nothing, right? You may have come up not being the best of student, not being the most courageous of the bunch, not being the most athletic, right? Not being the healthiest. Now you're making different decisions. You're making more health conscious decisions, more financially astute decisions. You're taking more time to work on your own personal development than you are going out and chilling with the friends. You might have stopped smoking or drinking. Who knows? You might have started doing something that in one way, shape, or form indirectly alienates destructive behaviors that you once practiced and entertained by yourself or in the company of others with others. And now you are alienating yourself. Family, friends, lovers, community. Don't allow, excuse me, don't allow yourself to be rushed or dissuaded into something that isn't you by what others may think. Don't try not to allow what you think others may be thinking, saying, or feeling cause you to step back from the work that is required. Remain focused. Keep laying those bricks down with effective precision. Keep building that solid foundation. Keep cleaning out that field, fixing out that field. You know what I'm saying? Creating the drainage where it needs to be created so that the water can flow through freely. You know what I'm saying? Start making the proper health choices, the proper physical, keep paying the proper physical attention to your body, the proper mental, the proper spiritual attention to your body. And eventually, you will create a solid foundation from which the lifestyle that you truly desire can be designed, because you are devoting the time necessary to have the clarity that is going to be fundamental to create that, that solid foundation that allows you the peace and the peace of mind, the clarity of thought, and the ability, to have the confidence to make commitments to yourself that will ensure the eventual, creation of the life that you truly want. You just got to be patient. At the same time, it's got to be like a conscious, diligence. We are where you are making the very best decisions for your life. You're taking, the proper choices. You are utilizing your will to the best of your advantage. And that's it, No amount of hoping or wishing or visualizing is going to create for us the life that we desire. It has to be work. Like, hopes, wishes, visualizing the life, having goals is important, but also going after and, tackling those goals. Action is essential. Faith without works is dead. No matter how much we believe in it, if we're unwilling to do the works that is necessary, for the body that we want, the health, the mindset that we want, the wealth consciousness that we want to embody, this peace of mind, the peace in our soul, we must feed these things. The relationships that we want to create, we we need to work on that emotional awareness, dealing with our emotional problems, our feelings, overcoming whatever shortcomings we might have in that emotional department, our emotional bank account. We must refill that so that we can have the possibility of creating, valuable relationships, not just in love, but also in family and in business. That emotional awareness, that emotional intelligence is key in business. We have to be able to control our feelings, and we cannot let our emotions, our energies get the best of us. We have to be able to maintain that poker face that is so essential to many aspects of our life, not just in business, but also in relationships and in family. When you say no is a no, we have to be able to set boundaries, and not allow anyone to overstep those boundaries that we set, nor allow us to break those boundaries for anyone's approval, validation, or satisfaction. The lifestyle we want, as I've said it must be created, but our mind, body, and soul. If our mind, body, and soul is not proper, if it's not in the proper condition, if it is not right, even if we get the material things of the lifestyle that we desire, the fact that we are lacking in the peace of mind, the fact that we might be lacking in the body that we want, the mindset that we want, the mental attitude of gratitude, it won't allow us to appreciate the things that we get, and then those things won't appreciate and value as they should, as we begin to have those things. If we lack the mental attitude of gratitude, no amount of riches, even though they can create valuable experiences for us and they can help us make others' lives easier, more comfortable, happier, it won't allow us to truly appreciate the value that we are creating through it, because we don't appreciate it first. More likely than not, we're going to be wanting others to appreciate us more than we ourselves have even begun to appreciate ourselves, therefore not allowing us to truly, value the value that we are bringing to life. That's why it is important that we invest life back into our life so that we can have life to invest back into life as a whole. H2O, liquid life. Liquid Life. Fix the field, then build your house. That's something from somewhere in that book. I don't know where. But I heard it. I read it. Have I read it? I read it. It probably didn't go as I'm saying it. Fix the field. Make sure the field is ready, then build your house. But it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We cannot set a solid structure on an unfixed, on an unadjusted and examined foundation. It's foolish. It's foolish to start a relationship with somebody. It's foolish to bring somebody else into our sphere of influence when we ourselves are not solid within ourselves, when we ourselves don't feel comfortable, confident, at peace with who we are and what we are becoming by the things that we are doing, the habits that we are entertaining. It is foolish of us. It is very selfish of us to do this thing. Very stupid. Because if we appreciate the individual's presence internally, externally, we will lack the capacity to truly appreciate and provide the value that we could had the foundation been set properly. Had we dealt with all the other shortcomings that we develop growing up, whether we grow up financially stable or not, there are going to be shortcomings that if we don't address, if we try to take the shortcut thinking that a relationship is going to fix everything, or that moving somewhere else is going to fix everything, before we begin to address the little habits that are what define who we are and what we become, then we're going to continue to unnecessarily trip and fall and make a lot of mistakes. And often the best way to remedy these things is through personal accountability. Doing what is necessary with what we have wherever we are, doing the most efficient work, wherever we are, and making sure that every action is efficient. Not trying to do a lot of work, but making sure that whatever work it is that we do, we are wholeheartedly immersed in it, invested in it, and making sure that the work is as efficient as possible, as effective as possible. Working in such a way that rather than simply playing checkers, it's as though we are playing chess. Life's a school and we're just here to learn and apply the lessons. It's easy to get lazy with the easy things to do, with the simple things. We often forget the value that the simplest of things, like learning how to walk, observing speech and learning how to speak, simply mimicking these little habits, brushing our teeth, making our bed, keeping our environment clean, keeping our body clean, keeping our mind nurtured and properly fed, being grateful for what we have and being grateful for the opportunity to have and create more, because every day is an opportunity. When we forget these little things, we begin to feel as though they are unnecessary. When we begin to lack appreciation for these things, it is because we begin to feel as though the process is repetitive and there's no point. And it's because too often we fall into the state of mind where we're like, what is the point? We have these things and then we forgot how we got them. Then we get to a point where We are forced to remind ourselves why it is that we eat healthy, why we work out, why we read, why we sleep properly, why we meditate, why we express gratefulness. Only when something bad happens are we forced to remember why these things are important. And sometimes it doesn't even come from within us, it comes from outside of us. Somebody has to remind us. Somebody has to come into our life. And that's because life is not checkers. It's like chess. You're making one move, but you should likely be 5, 10, maybe 15 moves ahead. And at the same time, being grateful, studying, learning, applying the lessons from the teachings, from the mistakes, readjusting your position, getting back into the game, taking down notes, writing the goals, writing the visions, expressing some gratitude. It's a lot of us out here. We got books inside of us. We got documentaries. We got movies, but they never leave the comfort, the security, the chamber of our mind. They remain in there in so many people's mind. They just stay in there as an imagination, as an afterthought, as a daydream. Never becomes a book because of what someone may say, think, or feel about what you have to say. What you think they may, how they might respond. Fear of embarrassment, of shame, of looking foolish. No comedian would ever tell a joke if they let fear of looking foolish, stupid, awkward, weird get the best of them. They would never tell a joke. No actor would ever play out a role of a dramatic role, male or female. No one would dress up as a clown. No one would even grab a Bible and start preaching if they let the fear of other people laughing at them get the best of them. A lot of people wouldn't even start businesses. Yes, some people start businesses, but they don't do it for the value that they could bring. They do it for the profits that they can get. So because they look for profits, they don't really invest life into life. They invest money into themselves for the purposes of getting more money. Sometimes it may work short term, but those businesses that last the most, they look to bring value, even if they forget the reasons for why they started. More often than not, they seek value. So do nothing, risk become, and you will become nothing. You will be nothing. You will be forgotten after your death. Only, and after the ones that remember your tombstone and where it is, they will, once they are gone, nobody will visit you. You should be a tombstone. Or you can do something. Be remembered by more than just those that were in your immediate circle. And be of value, be of an impact to your family, to your friends, to your lovers, to life. Because you chose to, instead of doing nothing, you chose to invest your life back into life in whatever shape, way, or form you found most viable to you based on who you are, based on the materials and the tools that we have available to us in this modern day society, or what you can create out of the things that we have made available to us. What new tools you can create, what new valuable when you value you can bring through these many mediums of producing values that we have available to us. We have incredible tools, family. Don't take it for granted. We have incredible tools. You don't have to be going to an office or to to a construction site or to a restaurant or wherever it is that you might find yourself going. You don't have to go drive a taxi. You can drive your own car. Instead of going to an office, you can have your own office at home. Things are changing. You can start your own farm, even if that's what you want to do too. Things are still available to us, many opportunities. Whether we choose to take advantage of them or not, it's on each and every one of us. But other than that, it's been real. Y'all go check the videos on the tube. Like, subscribe, leave your feedback, send a message, and y'all keep doing the very best that y'all can do. Take nothing personal. Do your best, nothing more, nothing less. Use your words to empower you, not disempower you. And make as little assumptions as possible. It's been real. One love.